Olá, olá! Hoje eu resolvi trazer um vídeo diferenciado, uma gameplay aqui de um jogo chamado What Remains of Edith Finch. Eu comprei esse jogo faz um tempo, ouvi dizer que ele é muito bom e ganhou até prêmios, eu acho que na Game Awards e tal. Ele é basicamente aqueles jogos de história e tal, tipo Gone Home, pra quem jogou. Eu acho bem interessante, eu acho bem legal. Eu curto esse tipo de jogo, apesar de não ter jogado muitos, eu curto esse estilo. E eu comecei ele um pouco, joguei, literalmente, dá pra ver aqui no meu Steam, eu joguei 13 minutos dele. Então, eu tava bem pouco e eu tava assim, pegando a história e tal. E eu resolvi gravar, então dar um novo jogo aqui, porque o jogo aí já começa no pau, já começa direto, então eu tenho que pausar e dar um novo jogo. Então, bora lá. Então, olha aí. É legal o controle.
A lot
Você
of
mexe
this
o
isn't going
mouse.
to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Nossa.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Então a gente tá aqui controlando a garota. Acredito que seja a Edith, né? Edith Finch. E tem essa casa. Você acha que a mãe dela morreu
The
e
truth is,
que ela morava.
even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Olha aí. E não sei, a mãe dela deixou essa chave com ela quer pergunta
The
e
house was
resposta
exactly
família.
like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
E então alguma coisa aconteceu. Milton Finch, desaparecido. Teve o irmão dela que sumiu mesmo, joguei
As a
até essa
child,
parte.
the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Que louco. Ela tem uma certa ligação com a casa. Shift da zoom. Que legal. Bom, pra tirar screenshot, o jogo é muito bonito. Não sei se pelo YouTube dá pra perceber, mas o jogo é muito bonito. Um frame skip agora.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Tá magrinha, hein, filha, pra passar. Que legal.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Não tem aqui desde que o irmão dela morreu. Então aqui a gente pode ver a árvore genealógica, ó. O Lewis morreu em 2010. E ela falou que ela tinha 11, então provavelmente 2016. Que teria se passando nesse jogo. E ela é de 1999. Né? Não morreu ainda, ela é a única viva da família. Por que essas folhas estão pra fora e não... Dawn morreu em 2016. A gente vai descobrir, né?
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Nossa! Anormal, mas tem demais. Tem um monte de quadro, tem um monte de livro. Que zona. Que zona.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Então a gente tem que descobrir pra que serve a chave, né? Então o irmão dela morreu.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Eita. Então eles saíram no batuque, né? Saíram. Então o irmão dela morreu.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Diretora de filme. Então o bisavô dela que fez a casa. Eita, tá trancadaço. Esse negócio aqui pra evitar, a gente passa, né? Às vezes o pessoal passa pra evitar, tipo, entrar passarinho na calha, esse tipo de coisa, pra isolar bem.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Assim, ela trancou todos com as pessoas dentro.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Uhum. Quem que é a Bárbara? Nossa, lá atrás. Nossa, morreu nova, né? 26 anos. 16 anos. Dezesseis anos, caramba. Uou! Um ano? Como assim, cara? Tem a data das pessoas que morreram. Caramba, mas que família muito louca, ó. Calvin. Então, o Odin e a Ed tiveram um monte de filho que morreu novo, ó. Esse aqui morreu com 10, esse aqui morreu com 16, esse aqui morreu com 11. E esse aqui foi o mais velho, que morreu com 33, muito novo. O pessoal morreu novíssimo. Olha aí, Calvin, 11 anos. Caramba, morreu com 1 ano de idade. Eita, que creepy isso, cara. Olha. Ah não, a menina olhando no espelho. Achei que era uma menina sem rosto.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
$20.000 léguas submarinas.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Eita.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Ah, então era isso.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Quando ela era doidinho, será? Tá
Reading
pequeno.
this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Então, isso que a gente tá ouvindo é o diário dela, né? Ou então as
But
notas
I had no
dela.
idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Nossa.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Como assim, velho? A menina tá morrendo de fome, mano.
I kept eating and eating.
Não, velho. Que isso, mano?
I ate a lot of things that night.
Isso é de verdade? Aparentemente sim.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Ah!
And suddenly,
Não.
I was a cat.
Ai, velho. O que eu faço? Ah, aqui ela pula.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
The fuck? Que louco, pera aí. Consigo subir aqui? Ok, consigo. Pega! Ah. Nossa, onde ela foi?
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Não consigo pular daqui, consigo pular aqui? Consigo. Consigo pular, não. Consigo lá pra cá. Pra cá, ok. Pra cá. Aqui. E aqui. Mano, a mina ficou muito louca, velho. Comeu alguma coisa que deu uma alucinada forte aí, cara. Comeu o arvinho de Satanás, velho.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up,
Caiu.
and suddenly I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Trilha sonora maravilhosa.
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Foi uma conquista, guys.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Que da hora, cara. Isso aqui tá muito
wanted
louco.
fat
Isso aqui no VR. Isso aqui no VR deve ser sensacional, né? Ó,
I tore off her flipper and it tasted really good.
ok. Difícil mirar aqui no tubarão. Tudo já era bem mais fácil. Peguei. Caramba. Cara,
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
cobra. Que louco. Tem um passarinho ali, não tem? Não tem como... Ah, tá aqui.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Que susto, velho. Caraca, matei o cara, velho. Que isso, mano. Que menina, que imaginação, hein?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
É a casa dela. Ela vai se
I got
matar.
closer and closer. All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Que? Mano, família, os caras não batem bem na cacholinha, não.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Nossa. Tem uma família de gente que não bate bem na cacholinha, né? Bate bem das ideias.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Então talvez ela não estivesse com fome de verdade, ela só tava delirando muito. Muito forte. Olha aí. Pular na árvore, não. Não sou um
This will
gato
be obvious
mais.
later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
Quem que é a Edith? É uma das mais velhas, né, lá, ó. Não, o Rudinho mais velho.
So, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
Joguinho de letrinha. Oh, coitado, ó. Precisa de oxigênio, né?
Her room was like a museum.
Marx. Olha aí, Edith, Milton, Lewis, Gus, Gregory, todo mundo da família. Pô, que legal. Obviamente é ela. O Odin. Se eu entendi bem, essa árvore é ela com o Odin. Se tiveram filho. Aí nasceu, eu risquei, eu não entendi. Nem o Sven. O que que tem essas folhas? Eu diria que as pessoas que morreram, mas tem aqui a data de morte, né? Então todo mundo que morreu é quando tem o tracinho em alguma coisa, né?
For
Ah,
500
foto.
years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Peraí, ele foi com a casa? Eita porra. Nem me liguei.
Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Então a Edith era casada com o Sven.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Então, maldição da família, se tem alguma doença, todo mundo meio birutinha da cabeça, qual que é? Qual foi? Ele soube sua família e sua casa, é verdade aí, ó. Como é que eu saio? Ah, sim. Okay. Bem...
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Ah, então será que foram as pessoas que já foram casadas? Ah, então o Odin, ele é pai da Ed, que foi casada com o Sven, e teve a Sam, o Walter... Não, a Sam acho que não, mas a Sam, o Calvin, a Bárbara e a Molly. O Walter é um gravetinho, então ele foi casado depois. Casou com a Sam. Ok. Casou ou teve filho, né? Não... Considerando a época, deve ser casamento. Construído em 1937 por Sven Finch.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Então é quem se separou. Então o Sven, ele morreu. Não, ele separou. Então aqui é uma folhinha, ó.
It was a pretty big trace.
Que isso, velho. Sven e Edith Finch. Oxe, todo mundo tem essa parada de passagem
There's a
secreta.
secret in this bathroom.
Ah, que legal.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Mas que casa muito louca, velho. Calvin Finch. Sven e Ed, ó. Eram os dois juntos. Ah, então foram os dois que tiveram essa porrada de filho aqui, né? Mas por que o Sven tá com a
Sven
folhinha?
gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
É muita história, eu vou com certeza ler alguma coisa depois. Milton, caraca, esse Milton explorou tudo, foi o moleque que sumiu, né? Morreu, porque ali tá, acho que é 2003, né? É. Morreu velho, velho entre aspas, não morreu criança. Que isso? Que louco, cara.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
Vou Sam. Esse é o quarto do... Cara, é muita gente. Sam. Não. Fort Sam. Não, peraí. Quem que é o nome do dono disso aqui? Quarto é de quem? Fort Calvin. Deve ser do Calvin. Ok, deve ser do Calvin. Ah, cama do Sam, cama do Calvin, ok. Ah, ele falou que ele tinha um gêmeo. O vô Sam, né? Que o vô dela. Então ele tinha um gêmeo, mas ele nunca falava desse Calvin. Ah, tá, ok. Nunca falava do Calvin, ok. Tinha um irmão gêmeo, mas nunca falava dele, ok. Por que que não falava dele? Essa é a questão.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Esse Calvin, ele gostava de coisas do espaço e o Sam gostava de coisas do exército.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, he swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Uou!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Vai dar merda
Maybe
isso.
if I hadn't said that,
Vai dar merda isso, velho.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Ai, vai dar ruim.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Para.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Nossa. Caraca,
After
arrepiou.
the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Nossa, todo mundo morre muito novo, velho. Quer
Mom
dizer,
said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
gostava do exército, essas coisas, gostava de câmera também. Foto. Ah, então os quartos, eles são selados à medida que as pessoas vão morrendo. Nossa. Mano, eu queria estar a casa dessa, velho. Não que as pessoas morressem, mas... A casa é muito louca.
The passages were a pretty tight fit.
Nossa,
They'd
isso é...
obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Ela tem uma barriguinha forte assim, mas... Dá pra perceber.
Growing up,
A barriguinha forte.
I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Nossa, ela gostava de... Caraca, ela tinha... Mano, essa menina é artista... Completo. Quem que é essa Bárbara?
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Depois... Uma pizza. Uma pizza, uma torta, sei lá que porra é essa. Caramba, que... Improved Night. Um show de improvisação. Bárbara morreu com 16 anos.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Nossa, tem histórias sobre a...
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe.
Olha
I'll be back in a
aí.
sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Que massa, velho.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Que massa, cara. Ó.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Matou o namorado dela.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
You were wonderful. The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. That's what I call a real eerie tale.
Nossa, que trocadilho, velho. Que horror, velho.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Então, o Sven que construiu todas essas passagens muito loucas, né? Ele adorava essas porra. Silos. Ok, não vai dar pra sair por aqui. Será que tem uma outra interligação? Pra outro lugar? Ok. Tem uma saída aqui, né? Verdade.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Bem, a gente pode descer, né? Eita, tem um...
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Que tem aqui, velho? Outra preta tela, velho.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
Eita, o Walter é o
She said
irmãozinho
after
da...
Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Que isso, é um bunker
There's a
nuclear.
pattern in all these stories. I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Esse viu bastante.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Que?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Cara...
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Caraca, então a maldição é que todo mundo morreu de um jeito trágico. A Bárbara, pelo jeito, foi assassinada pelo próprio namorado. Todo mundo era meio, né? Batutinha da cabeça.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Pois é, né?
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Nossa, velho.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Cuidado com o trenzão aí.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Que é aquilo?
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Aquilo ali eu tô falando.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Ela... Todo mundo morreu, sobrou ela e ela não tem filho.
But I thought you should know about your family. and the history you're a part of.
Sim. Caraca, olha isso. Deixa eu pegar um pouquinho mais a lua.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Tanta história.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Verdade. Nos Estados Unidos tem essas famílias grandes, né? É bem comum, aqui no Brasil não é.
For me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Nossa.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
É que começou a house, falando em inglês, a casa foi o Odin, né? Mas quem terminou foi o... Nossa, tem um... Nossa, tem um negócio pra cada um. O gatinho... Walter, Bárbara, que queria ser estrela. Walter que morreu, né? Que vivia na caverna. Que louco. Tipo, eu ia falar, dos Estados Unidos é comum, às vezes, famílias grandes têm a casona da família e construir o cemitério junto.
My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Olha aí, eu me perguntando o que era aquilo, vamos descobrir. Tá embaçado pra caramba, oxe. Ah, tá ok.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Nossa, é a casa que foi, né? Deixa eu olhar mais. Vamos ver aí. Nossa.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gus eu não vi ainda a história dele. Sam. O Sam acho que morreu normal. Não, morreu na guerra. 33 anos. 83, morreu na guerra. Sei lá, né? A avó, eu ia ver quando a Edith morreu. É, ela foi a que viveu mais, né? 17 de 2010. 93 anos. Isso, 93 anos.
It's two of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Que isso? Uma coroa? Ah.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Caramba, ela tá grávida, por isso a barriga, eu zoando, olha. Caraca, então ela tem um filho. Nasceu em 99, então isso foi em 2016, 17 anos, eu já tinha feito essa conta. Ela falou, meu, eu 17, caramba, ela tá grávida nova. Foi grávida bem novinha. Caraca, barriga então é de grávida, eu achando que a mina... nossa, eu sou trouxa, né, pra ela tá... Sou muito retardada, que não dá pra ver a pessoa de
I
frente,
never
né?
met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
33 anos, né? Difícil. Quando você nasceu, eu já tinha morrido.
They were both pretty intense.
Isso devia ser dele, né? Gostava militar, essas coisas, devia gostar de caçar.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Não. Ah, tem coisa aqui. Ah, deve ser a história dele.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
I'm over here, Dad.
Cadê ela? Ela tá aqui. Ali, não é? Ah, aí.
What?
Depois da zoom.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
Olha.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
Que trocadilho também.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Nossa, velho. Nossa.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
É. Ele morreu com... Esse foi o que morreu com o Ana, né? Contrato de divórcio, Sam Finch e Kay Finch. Não. Ah, não. A Kay era casada com o Sam. Ah, ok. Ah, então... É, as folhinhas foram quem se divorciou mesmo. É. Kay era... Ah, da Dawn. Ah, Dawn é mãe dela. Ah, tá, ok.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
É. Tá.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Huh.
Maybe it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
A baleia olhando.
It sure made him happy.
Mano, esse barulho... Ah, ok. Esse barulho abafado não tá me fazendo gostar nada disso. Parece que tá se afogando, mano.
I know how silly it sounds.
Ah, ele vai tomar.
That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Ah, não.
I wish you could have told us about the world we saw.
Não, mano.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Nossa.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Ah, que legal. Pô, que massa esse jogo, cara. Tem umas ideias muito...
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now
learned.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Que pipa do caralho, hein? Ah.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Ah, não. Tem as palavras ali na... Ok.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Eu queria aqui.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus. My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Tá fazendo as contas de quantos meses ela tava. Tá mais ou menos com 5 meses, né? 5 meses e 2 semanas. Caraca. Barriga é barriga, cara. 5 meses, pô. Vou pra
She
Índia.
spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Olha só.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
O pai dela foi o que morreu na caça, né? Junto com ela. Nossa. O que tem aqui que eu possa... Ah.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Louis, Dawn. Não, Dawn era a mãe dela. Milton e Titi Louis. Louis, irmão. Milton também.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, Things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Nossa, eles já fazem as construção com o tracinho pra ver quando vai morrer. Caralho, que família. Nossa, essa mina é power, hein?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Ai, tio. Caraca.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
96, então. Ué, ele pintou isso e sumiu? Tô tentando achar alguma coisa pra clicar, pra interagir, mas só tem a corda.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Colocar a porta era meio que tradição quando a pessoa morria, eles construíam um quarto pra pessoa. Depois eles lacravam. Mas eu acho que, tipo, eles trancavam, na verdade. Agora lacrar, que nem a mãe dela fez, de botar aquele bagulho de não entrar nada. Tipo, de entrar bicho, sabe?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Gamer. Oh, gamer. High school. Nossa, que louco, hein?
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Iglesão, abridor de garrafa. Pra mãe dela.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Eita.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
Que é isso?
Wander.
Ah, tá aqui. Ah. Caraca, 2 jogos ao mesmo tempo, velho. Meu cérebro não é tão avançado assim, gente.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Tô vendo a hora da mão daí se
He took it
cortar.
very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Vai cortar a mão dele, velho, tenho
He told me
certeza.
he'd made a new friend.
Caraca, ele viajando foda.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Ah, nem tinha. Eu não vi que tinha escolha.
The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents.
Mas eu vou comentar uma parada muito foda que tá acontecendo agora, mas...
He followed the sound of her silver harp.
Ele era autista, basicamente, né?
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
No! No! Guilhotina.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Ela tá escrevendo isso pra filha dela. Ela morreu. Agora que deu tiquezinho. Ela morreu e a filha dela que tá lendo isso naquele barco, ó. Quer ver se for isso mesmo? Não sei porquê. Deu esse tique muito rápido agora. Uma coisa que foi muito foda que aconteceu que eu falei que ia comentar.
My mom told me to start packing.
É que naquela parte do Louis, enquanto ele ia fazendo, né, que ele, tipo, ele fazendo automático aquele negócio de cortar peixe. Cortar peixe, e ele imaginando, e eu acabei ficando automático de mexer o mouse, de pegar o peixe e botar pra cortar, e eu consegui me concentrar só no joguinho do lado. Porque o movimento de mexer com a mão era automático, eu acostumei fazer aquilo. Cara, que foda, velho. É como se você fosse o cara mesmo. Muito bem feito. Nossa, quanto... não falou.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Catando as... Nossa.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
A Edie era mais velha, que não tinha morrido ainda, né? A única, né? Que não morreu.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. no. I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Nossa.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
E eu vou nascer.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Caraca, muito legal, cara. Muito legal as histórias, né? Final... ok. Não foi muito conclusivo, mas todo o final, assim, da bisavó dela foi bem emocionante, assim. Muito legal o jogo. Muito legal. A atuação da dubladora, principalmente, né? Que isso? Obrigado, Johan. Ah! A conquista foi o nome do Johan nos créditos. Ah, vou ver os créditos inteiros, as fotos de todo mundo criança. Pô, legal. Legal, legal. Ah, olha aí, jogar história novamente. Se você quiser jogar qualquer um desses, você pode selecionar e no caso da Edith, né, jogar história de todos eles. Muito bom. Então é isso aí, galera. Esse foi o playthrough de What Remains of Edith Finch. Eu vou editar pouco esse vídeo. Vou editar mais minhas partes de áudio. Eu fiquei muito quieto, mas pra mostrar o jogo. Então só vou dar uma editada no meu áudio, cortar algumas partezinhas, cortar algumas partes que eu tive que sair, né? Que eu joguei isso aqui. Cara, eu joguei isso aqui numa sentada, o que? 2 horas? 1h40? Uma sentada aqui. Sentei aqui, vou jogar. Zerei. Então, recomendo. Se bem que, Mentira. Eu ia falar que perdeu a graça pra quem viu isso aqui, né? Jogar o jogo, mas... vale a pena. O jogo, assim, tá um pouquinho carinho, né? Acho que eu paguei aqui cerca de R$30 nele. Eu não lembro. Vou colocar o preço aí. Deixa eu ver aqui, vai. É que eu não lembro quanto eu paguei nele. Com certeza peguei esse aqui na promoção. Só que, ó, vamos ver aqui na loja do Steam quanto ele tá. Acho que não deu o tempo que eu zerei. What Remains aqui, vamos ver. Ó, tá R$36. Eu provavelmente peguei ele por 20 e pouco. Alguma coisa assim na promoção. Que eu não lembro de ter gastado 36 nisso aqui, não. Acho que peguei por menos. Depois eu vejo o preço que eu peguei. Então eu recomendo esperar uma promoção se você for pegar. Mas é muito legal de você jogar. Principalmente aquela parte do Lewis e tal. É muito legal mesmo. Muito legal. Então é isso aí, galera. Muito obrigado quem acompanhou, quem viu o vídeo, quem deu like, quem tudo. Se inscreva no canal para receber mais vídeos, série de Resident Evil e Final Fantasy XV. Falou, fui!